peace between nations, peace within them. These are the foundations of our regional community. We must not take them for granted. Nor can we set aside our responsibility to forge regional solutions to regional problems. Now, the recent escalation along the Cambodian-Thai border reminds us how swiftly tensions can rise when left unresolved. As Chair, Malaysia has worked constructively to facilitate talks between the two countries. I would take note to recognize the support mandate of my friends, Tuanku Sultan Brunei, presidents, prime ministers in ASEAN, who had continuously given the full support and endorsement. And this is a remarkable feat. I'm able to do that with Datuk Muhammad Hassan and the colleague because of the solidarity, commitment, trust, and the friendship and brotherhood of all ASEAN leaders. Thank you again. Yes, we have brokered the ceasefire. And we had the United States of America with President Donald Trump and China supporting this endeavor and recognizing the role of the chair and ASEAN generally. And I think this is unprecedented, remarkable feat. And of course, this shows the strength, commitment, and resolve of ASEAN leaders. But I must also take this opportunity to thank both leaders of Cambodia and Thailand, the cabinet, the chief of the armed forces, here coordinated by Tan Sri Zaini, our chief of armed forces, who had played a pivotal role. So it is multi-layered. It's not just the prime minister or foreign minister. The army and the relationship trust among both our armed forces and ASEAN leaders is remarkable. And it is because of that level of trust and confidence we're able to continue not only to secure an understanding. And I was told that in the history of ceasefires in the world, in the past many decades, if not centuries, this was probably the first ceasefire that worked fast and effectively due to the support of everyone. Yesterday, we resolved the final agreement between both the defense ministers and defense ministries after 3-4 days of deliberations by the representatives dealing with some very detailed technical questions. And I must again express my profound gratitude and appreciation for the support. The United States and China has given their commitment to support logistics in this endeavor, but leave it entirely to the bilateral understanding between Thailand and Cambodia, moderated by Malaysia. And when necessary, all ASEAN leaders are given commitment. When and if necessary, they will give their support and do whatever is necessary to ensure that we secure a lasting peace between Cambodia and Thailand. I am therefore extremely grateful to all the players and factors. Okay, Foreign Ministry playing this role together with the Chief of the Armed Forces and the known commitment. Every time I speak to the Prime Minister of Thailand or Prime Minister of Cambodia, I always tell them, look, I have this mandate and the support of all my ASEAN colleagues. And therefore, that gives an added strength to what I have to say, and they have to naturally consider it very seriously. And that's why I think the credit goes to ASEAN as a body, association, and I think if this is a good beginning, it augurs well for the future of ASEAN in terms of attaining this geopolitical strategy. Now, Our next challenge, of course, Myanmar. We have made some progress, at least in terms of securing somewhat a ceasefire. And Foreign Minister, together with Foreign Minister of Thailand and Indonesia, as I understand, will be visiting Myanmar soon to impress upon them to stay on course. Start with an end of violence and cessation of hostilities, and pursue with dialogue within the stakeholders and players within Myanmar. And we in ASEAN would, of course, do whatever necessary to facilitate that process. The only point I would raise is, because ASEAN ambassadors, leaders are here, is to move beyond securing peace and maintaining centrality in terms of geopolitical understanding. That's why we have moved to ensure that ASEAN would be durable and strong with enhanced economic relations through intra-ASEAN trade and investments, regional effort in terms of energy, grid, and connectivity, which happens to be the thrust of our economic agenda. And I believe much more needs to be done. One of the key issues to be deliberated in October would be the economy, intra-ASEAN trade, cross-border investments, energy grid, and connectivity. So let me again thank you to my son and your team, and Tansi Zaini and the entire staff in the Ministry of Defense for their effort in ensuring a great future success and peace between Thailand and Cambodia. And through the ambassadors, please convey my respects and satisfaction that from the meeting between prime ministers and yesterday's meeting between the two defense ministers, we have achieved what seemed to be unachievable or problems that was considered unsurmountable in the past. But with that trust and readiness to work within the ASEAN framework, we did succeed. So terima kasih. Wassalamualaikum.